Prayer. Sociologist Andrew Greeley surveyed married people and found that the happiest couples were those who prayed together. Couples who frequently pray together are twice as likely as those who pray less often to describe their marriage as being highly romantic. They also report considerably higher sexual satisfaction and more sexual ecstasy. There is an old story about a young couple who decide to start their honeymoon by kneeling beside their bed to pray. The bride giggled when she heard her new husband's prayer. For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful. As strange as it may sound, there is a strong link in marriage between prayer and sex. For one thing, frequency of prayer is a more powerful predictor of marital satisfaction than frequency of sexual intimacy. But get this, married couples who pray together are 90% more likely to report higher satisfaction with their sex life than couples who do not pray together. Also, women who pray with their partner tend to be more orgasmic. That doesn't sound right, does it? After all, married churchgoers are painted by the media as prudes who think sex is dirty. Well, let the media say what they want, but prayerful couples know better. Few couples have come into our office more devout than Tom and Caitlin. They attended church regularly. Caitlin sang in choir. Tom taught junior high Sunday school. Caitlin was in a woman's Bible study. Tom was in a men's accountability group. Everyone in their church looked to Tom and Caitlin as dedicated and vibrant spiritual leaders. But when the two of them came to see us, their 5-year-old marriage was falling apart at the seams. They told us their story, one we had heard many times. They were over-involved with everything but their marriage, and as a result had fallen out of love. In spite of all their spiritual favor, Tom and Caitlin had allowed the soul of their marriage to wither. When was the last time the two of you prayed together? One of us asked. Tom and Caitlin looked at each other, and the answer was obvious. It has been a long, long time. We talked with Tom and Caitlin a bit longer and gave them a simple assignment as experiments, really. For the next week, they were to pray briefly together just before going to bed. 5 days later, we received a call. This is Caitlin. I know this sounds crazy, but our relationship has done an about face. She told us how spending a moment together in prayer was rejuvenating their spirit and their marriage. No amount of being religious can make up for the time spent in shared prayer. But if prayer is so good for a marriage, you may be asking, why don't more couples do it? Because it is not easy. Praying makes us vulnerable, and anytime we let our guard down, even with our spouse, it can be threatening. This is especially true for men. After all, our partners knows firsthand what we are really like. He or she sees us when nobody else is watching. So how can I be completely candid before God with our partner listening in? This is deep. How can I express my true hopes and fears, my pain and sin that grip me? No wonder many couples opt out of prayer. The price of its vulnerability seems too high. Praying together as a couple, we must confess, has not always been natural or easy for Leslie and I. We have at times both fallen into the trap of preaching through our prayers and subtly jabbing each other with our good intentions. But through the years, we have picked up some principles that have helped us pray more effectively. First, we pray a prayer of thanksgiving, and that is all. Rather than trying to pray about our needs or difficulties, we simply give thanks to God. Occasionally, we say the Lord's Prayer together, Matthew 6:9-13. And sometimes one of us simply initiates a time of silent prayer together, or a time of listening to God, or maybe a time of brief sentence prayers. The point is to pray. There is no right or wrong way to do it. Every attempt we make to communicate with God is shared prayer. communicate with God in shared prayer nurtures the soul of our marriage. See the break now. While praying with each other is important in marriage, praying for each other is also crucial. Tending the soul of your marriage requires constant attention. For if you neglect the soul of your marriage, there will be only superficial bonding, which rides the waves of emotion and infatuation until the marriage is beached. But if in your sojourn together you tend the soul through worship, service, and prayer, you will make it through the storm of marriage. So remember this, and there is a subheading here titled, So Remember This. Like most couples deeply in love, we longed to be soulmates even before we were married. Part of the impetus for our vision came from reading A Severe Mercy, the real-life love story about Sheridan and Davy Van Auken, two lovers who not only dreamed about building a soulful union, but devised a concrete strategy for doing so, called their shining barrier. Its goal, to make their love invulnerable. Its plan, to share everything. Everything. If one of them liked something, they decided there must be something to like in it. If one of them liked something, they decided there must be something to like in it, and the other must find it. Whether it be a poetry, strawberries, or an interest in ships, Sheridan and Davy committed to share every single thing either of them liked. That's a very good strategy, right? That way, they will create 1,000 strands, great and small, that would link them together. They reasoned that by sharing everything, they would become so close that it would be impossible, unthinkable, for either of them to suppose that they could ever recreate such closeness with anyone else. Total sharing, they felt, was the ultimate secret of a love that would last forever. To be the watch upon the wall of the shining barrier, Sheridan and Davy established what they called the Navigator's Council. It was an inquiry into the state of their union. Were they fully sharing? Was there any sign of growing apart? More than once a month, they would intentionally talk about their relationship and evaluate the activities by asking, is this the best for our love? Something about this shining barrier, a shield to protect one's love and to build a fortified bond, such intentionality, appealed to Leslie and me. It's appealing to me too. We'll continue in the next phase.